A few winters ago, 3 high school friends, Beck, Matthew, and Tyler, decided to explore a sewer tunnel near their neighborhood. The air outside was freezing cold. The tunnel sat beneath a shallow creek at the edge of the neighborhood, next to a row of dark, empty office buildings. At night, the place looked abandoned and eerie. The boys had often joked about the tunnel when they passed it, but deep down, they had always been curious. That night, they finally decided to check it out. They brought sleds with them, just in case someone questioned why they were out there. Technically, they weren't supposed to be near the area, but they craved a little adventure. As soon as they pulled into the office parking lot, a police cruiser rolled up. An officer stepped out and asked what they were doing. Apparently, someone spotted them on a security camera. Thinking fast, Tyler said they were just out sledding. The officer stared at them for a moment, then told them to leave. So they did, at least for a while. After about 30 minutes of driving around, they circled back. This time, they parked out of sight behind one of the buildings. Breath puffing in the icy air, they hiked down a hill toward the creek. The tunnel loomed in front of them, wide, round, and swallowing all light inside. They clicked on their flashlights and stepped in. "Turn off your lights, dude. Check this out. Look at that date. 1919. No, wait. 199. What the heck?" Inside, the ground was surprisingly dry. The only sounds were their footsteps and the occasional drip of water echoing from deeper within. The walls were covered in graffiti, most of it faded and old. But one thing stood out. A set of large red numbers sprayed onto the wall. 6/1919. The paint looked fresh, unlike the rest. That made their skin crawl. Their flashlights were dim, barely reaching a few feet ahead, but they pressed on, trying to act brave. Still, the farther they went, the colder it became. Even underground, they could see their breath. Ice coated the walls, and massive icicles hung from the ceiling like frozen spears. "Go slow, man. Whoa, I think I see a light ahead. Wait, what was that? Hello? Keep moving, bro." One of them commented on how deadly those icicles could be if they fell. Then suddenly, a loud, deep, cracking sound echoed through the tunnel. It wasn't coming from them. It came from somewhere much deeper inside, too far to see. They didn't wait to find out what caused it. They bolted. They stumbled, slid, and crashed into each other as they sprinted out of the tunnel. When they finally made it back into the freezing night air, they stood gasping and shivering. That's when Beck realized his phone was missing. He must have dropped it while running. Matthew and Tyler immediately told him to leave it. There was no way they were going back in. But Beck wasn't having it. He grabbed his flashlight and started walking back toward the tunnel entrance. Reluctantly, his friends followed. This time, everything felt different. The tunnel seemed darker, the silence heavier. The air felt thick, like something invisible was pressing down on them. Even their flashlight seemed weaker now. I swear, man, my pocket felt lighter around here. It must have dropped somewhere around here. Dude, that's exactly where we heard that noise. Are you sure about this? Beck found his phone off camera, but instead of leaving right away, they ventured deeper again, curious and nervous. That's when they heard it. A rock, or something heavy, bounced off the tunnel wall ahead of them. Then, a blood-curdling scream tore through the darkness. It echoed around them, sounding closer and closer. They didn't stick around to find out who or what was making that noise. Without speaking, without looking back, they ran. Harder and faster than before. They jumped into their car, slammed the doors shut, and sped off without stopping once. The ride back was silent. No one wanted to talk about it, When they finally made it home, they thought it was all over. But later that night, hours after everyone should have been asleep, Beck's doorbell rang. Twice. Beck's father answered the door, but no one was there. It raises an unsettling question. Were they followed that night? Or was it just a chilling coincidence? They never found out the truth. But the sounds they heard in the tunnel and the video they captured remained proof that something was down there. Something they probably should have never disturbed.